Have you ever opened a loaf of bread and wondered, how did it rise? The secret? Yeast. Just a little bit spreads through the whole dough and changes everything. Now, imagine that, but spiritually. Jesus warned his disciples in Matthew 16:6, saying, "Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." But what did he mean? And more importantly, what does that mean for us today in the modern church? Stick with me. This might just change how you see your faith. The Pharisees were the religious leaders of Jesus' time. They looked holy, prayed loudly in public, and followed the law down to the smallest detail. Yet, Jesus called them out. Why? Because their hearts were far from God. Their faith was all about outward appearance, not genuine love for God and others. Jesus wasn't talking about bread. He was warning against the spread of hypocrisy, legalism, and false teaching that could poison faith. But that was 2,000 years ago. What about today? Let's be real. Have you ever felt like church is more about rules than about a relationship with Jesus? Have you seen people act holy on Sunday, but live completely different the rest of the week? Have you felt pressured to perform in your faith rather than walk in grace? Have you heard teachings that add unnecessary burdens instead of pointing to God's mercy? That's the yeast of the Pharisees. A little bit of legalism, a little bit of hypocrisy, a little bit of false teaching, and before you know it, it spreads. But Jesus offers something different. He calls us to a faith that is real, not based on performance, but on His grace. In Luke 12:1, He said, "Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy." Instead of legalism, Jesus gives freedom. Instead of empty religion, Jesus gives relationship. Instead of self-righteousness, Jesus gives true righteousness through faith. And today, He's calling you to examine your heart. Are you living in the freedom of Christ, or are you caught up in the yeast of modern-day Phariseeism? So here's my challenge for you today. Ask yourself, is my faith about rules or about Jesus? If you've been caught up in legalism, let go and embrace grace. If you've been pretending on the outside, ask Jesus to transform your heart. If you follow teachings that focus more on performance than on Christ, turn back to the truth of the gospel. Jesus is calling you to authentic faith. Will you listen? Let's be on guard. Let's stay rooted in Jesus. And let's keep our faith real. Like, share, and comment below. What are your thoughts on this? Let's talk about it.